The U.S. State Department is using a new tactic to stop foreign fighters. The American government is rolling out its own message on social media to counter the jihadi propaganda that has hurt so many disillusioned young men. As Jackson Prosco reports, it's a bold move, but will it work?
In the battle with the so-called Islamic State, the propaganda now flows both ways. The U.S. State Department releasing this graphic video meant to counter recruitment of Western fighters. The video, most of it too gruesome to show, takes a sarcastic jab at would-be jihadists. Tactics aimed at foreign fighters who may be wooed by the idealism of the Islamic State. Hundreds of Westerners have already been lured in, like the Gordon brothers of Calgary, now fighting in Syria.
Where in Islam is it allowed to go and blow up mosques, for crying out loud?
This imam believes the best way to fight ISIS at home is to raise questions about the brand of Islam being practiced.
I think we have to encourage people to start thinking for themselves.
A recent report from Canada's public safety minister warned of more than 130 Canadians working with terrorists abroad. Another 80 have already returned to Canada. The RCMP is developing an intervention program to identify people at risk. The Liberals want hearings on the risk posed by extremists at home.
Many of these youngsters that are falling into these recruitment campaigns and other propaganda methods, they are without a mentor from the mainstream community.
We are going for you, Barack Obama.
Countries around the world are now weighing what to do when fighters try to return.
They need to find ways to disengage these guys, help transition them back into society, and then, of course, to use their voices to dissuade others from going in the first place.
That, too, may be an idealistic goal. The UK wants to ban those who left to fight from ever returning.
ISIL poses a significant threat.
The U.S. seeks to grow its 10-nation coalition against ISIS to include Middle Eastern countries while it confronts the threat of extremists at home.
We're really going to bring every tool at our disposal towards this fight, and other countries are going to stand beside us as we do.
In its efforts to counter ISIS, the U.S. State Department has focused heavily on the use of social media. Many are taking note of this anti-recruitment video, both for its graphic nature and relatively low production value compared to the much more sophisticated message coming straight from ISIS. Yet one more sign of the challenges facing the Western world in this unconventional conflict.